Dumako, who was at the state capture inquiry today. So, former police minister Fikile Mbalula was sitting in the stand, and I suppose this was one of those testimonies that was anticipated greatly, because he was one of the first people who hinted about the influence that the Gupta family had. What did he say?
Certainly a much anticipated testimony from Fikile Mbalula, who happens to be the ANC head of elections right now. And of course, alluding to the fact that he stood actually firm in that NEC meeting of August 2011, where he felt it was about time that, he came to the fore and addressed some of the issues that had transpired in as far as his communication between AJ Gupta and himself, when he got a call saying that congratulations to you, you are going to be the new Minister of Sports and Recreation. Something that he said was quite shocking. He even went as far as saying, what's going on here? To express shock as he was sharing a meal, or he was spending some time with his friend at their house, saying that this was quite strange that a person who's an outsider can be in a position to actually appoint him as the minister, as opposed, or rather inform him of the position that he's going to be the Minister of Sports and Recreation, as opposed to President Jacob Zuma, whom is his prerogative to actually say that.
Was he able to say how it is that the Guptas knew about his appointment before he did?
Well, not in so many words, but as much as he was shocked, but it's something that he had heard about before, in terms of, corridors, when they would be talking to themselves in the NEC, that there's this thing that is happening. There are people who are known as Gupta ministers, but the thing is, nobody has had the courage, so to say, to come forward and actually address this thing in a formal structure of the ANC, which is the National Executive Committee, saying, of course, that even former President Jacob Zuma was part of that meeting when he actually had he raised the issue that he was approached by the Guptas. To his surprise, he didn't say anything. In fact, the whole AD member NEC sat down and kept quiet for a moment, until one NEC member that he didn't make mention of stood up and said, you know what, Fikile Mbalula, this is rubbish. What you're talking is just nonsense. People come here drunk and they just talk whatever that they want to talk. Saying that he was actually, as surprised, as puzzled with the response that he got from the NEC member that he won't make mention of. But he did allude to the fact that as well, it was quite surprising that when he had decided to raise that issue, it was not really entertained until such a time when former Finance Minister Guptas Jonas released a statement saying that he had been approached by the same Gupta family, offering him the position of Finance Minister, that the issue went back onto the agenda of the NEC of the ANC. Then it was attended to, but not to the extent that he would have loved to see it receiving attention from the NEC.
So initially when he raised it, it was pretty much dismissed by the NEC. All right, so I suppose that the question now, also in his testimony, he didn't have it all his own way. There were difficult moments for him. Take us through that. Quite
surprisingly, he had a meeting subsequent to all those developments, and emanating from media reports as well, including a tweet by EFF leader Julius Malema that Mbalula has been appointed by the Guptas as the new Minister of Sports and Recreation, saying that, and then the former public protector Thuli Madonsela had to call him into office. The transcription was read by evidence leader Leah Gabashe, saying that this was the conversation between yourself and the former public protector, where you actually said you were never appointed by you were never appointed by the Guptas. Instead, you actually got a call from the President, Jacob Zuma, who told you that you're going to be the new Minister of Sports and Recreation, and who subsequently went to the, the presidency where the process took place, and then you actually sworn in into your new position as the minister. But then Deputy Chief Justice Raymond Zondo actually saying that what you are saying, in as far as your affidavit is concerned with the public protector, and what you are telling us now, there's a bit of contradiction there, because you're saying that you did get a call prior your actual appointment, and yet with the public protector, we said in a nutshell, the President Jacob Zuma was the one who actually facilitated the whole process, and which saw you being appointed to the Minister of Sports and Recreation. Something that again rose quite eyebrows amongst themselves, and of course the Chief Justice, and of course the evidence leader.
So what's the version that he's decided to leave as the final story?
He says he's never been appointed by IJ Gupta. Instead, he was congratulated by IJ Gupta a few days before the actual appointment took place.
So at the time that he was congratulated, he didn't know the president hadn't told him at that stage. All he had said is that there's going to be changes in government,
the cabinet, yes.
but he didn't know what position.
Certainly, he didn't know what position he was going to be deployed to, so to speak, because apparently he had gone to the president to say that he was not happy at the Department of Police when he was the deputy minister, and then the president said, "No, calm down, Mfana. We are sorting things out. There's a cabinet reshuffle looming." Then, boom, boom. Then he's being told by the AJ Gupta on the phone that actually you are the next Minister of Sports and Recreation, and congratulations to you.
All right, Abongile, we'll leave it there. Thanks very much indeed for giving us a bit of insight on what happened today at the State Capture Inquiry. Thanks so much.
Thank you.